Okay, so I want to tell a little story about something that happened with my brother. Back to back brother stories. And I could have actually included this in the last one I did about his little car accident, but whatever. I just made it two separate stories. So, uh, my brother's first car ever was this shitty old Saturn. Of course, everybody knows Saturn is maybe the cheapest, shittiest make of car. Like, yeah, ugh. And he had gotten this car from my grandma. This was the last vehicle my grandma ever owned. And then finally, my grandma's like 87 years old, and she was forced to give up her license. He basically made her stop driving. She got nothing to do with this car, so she gives it to my brother. And then, like I said in my last story, my brother had several accidents, really stupid ones. If you missed the other one, including when he tried to make a U-turn on a road that was a circle and ended up getting hit by the car behind him. So now the car is fucked, right? It wasn't totaled, but it like fucked up the paint job and everything. So he takes it to a guy, and the guy looks at damage to the paint. He's like, all right, kid, here's the deal. If I paint your entire car, it's going to cost you over $1,000. Like, there's a lot of damage to your paint. But if you just let me spray paint it, like a bunch of different colors, I'll do it for free. I won't charge you anything at all. And my brother's like, well, $1,000, I don't have that. Free? Fuck it, just spray paint it. Like I said, it's a Saturn. It's a piece of shit anyways. Who cares? So the guy takes a couple cans of spray paint and like spray paints it this hideous like brown, like dark red, like awful. And of course, he's got to make it look uniform, so he ends up spray painting the entire Saturn in these like hideous mix of colors. And he takes it back home to my mom's house where he's living. And I see this and I didn't believe it. I just heard about it on the phone. I'm like, what the fuck, Sam? What happened to your paint job? And he like explained what I just said. Like, oh, that looks like shit. He's like, I know, but what are they going to do? I didn't have $1,000 to paint the car. Like, but still, like, you could have painted it yourself and done a better job. Like, that guy kind of fucked you over. He's like, yeah, but it was free. Still, it looks like shit. And, oh man. So now he's driving around in this really hideously spray painted Saturn. All his friends, everybody was probably like, what the fuck is that? Like, really, Sam? Just get rid of this car. Get your like dad to buy you another car. It looks like shit. He's like, no, I don't want to do that. Whatever. And then finally, like a couple of months later, my grandma comes up from Florida for a visit. I said, that was my grandma's car. She gifted him. And, oh, it's parked in the driveway. When she finally gets to my mom's house, and she's looking around, she sees that he's there, so the car must be like,
So how's my car?
it's like, it's good, Grandma.
Where is it?
And then at that moment, he realizes that one, she doesn't realize that that's the car, even though it's literally right in front of her face. It was like unrecognizable to her. And two, he didn't have the heart to tell her that he fucked up her car like that. So he's like, it's in the shop. It's getting fixed.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope you're enjoying it. I hope it's good.
It's like, it's great, Grandma. And she never noticed the entire time she was there. Yeah, she was there for hours. And she walked by it like several times more. Never noticed. I still haven't figured that one out. But, yeah, that was my little story about the time my brother, who was a shitty driver, crashed the Saturn my grandma gave him, and the paint job got all fucked up. I ended up getting it spray painted for free, to the point where my grandma didn't even recognize it. What a car. What a fucking car.